Hey everyone, my name is Michelle. I apologize in advance if you hear any clicking noises. I do have a bunny in my room, and his water bottle is very loud, so please bear with me. I did write some notes just to kind of keep me on track, so I'm sorry if I digress a bit. So, going about this assignment, this wasn't a particularly difficult assignment for me. One reason being I work retail, specifically management in retail. So, interacting with customers is something I do on a daily basis. Talking to strangers isn't anything out of the norm for me. We are in charge of greeting our guests, providing the best customer service possible, making sure that they have a pleasurable experience while they're shopping at our store. So, that normally means interacting with them. Interacting with people just isn't something that terrifies me anymore. I don't really have that luxury, I suppose, in my line of work. So, this assignment in particular was not exactly the hardest. It wasn't the easiest either. I mean, there is still some kind of awkwardness when approaching someone new and asking such interesting questions is a bit awkward. So, I did choose to do this in my place of work, not on the clock. I kind of ended my shift and hung around the store for a bit, trying to meet new strangers. The mall is an easy place to meet strangers, right? There's always people there. So I noticed that there is a difference in demographics in regards to who was more willing to partake in this interview process and who was not. The elderly kind of shied away, didn't really care to partake much, didn't really want to be bothered, were a little more standoffish. The younger demographic was a little more easygoing. They were a little easier to talk to, and once I kind of explained my situation, my reason for asking these questions, they understood. Them being college students themselves, I'm sure, or knowing college students. So I did explain that I was going to ask them a few questions, and I did let them know that this was for a course. And if they would be willing to let me ask a few questions, I would be very grateful. And they did. They were more than willing. There was a young man in particular, and as soon as I asked the first question, he was sort of hooked and he kind of was really enjoying the whole process. So that was really refreshing. That was nice to know that there are people who are willing to partake in this not so easy assignment. And so he did have fun with the questions. I had fun with the questions. It wasn't as awkward as I thought. And something new that I actually learned about myself was I'm better at handling awkward situations. A lot better than I thought I did. I hate awkward silences. I hate lulls in conversations. It's just a pet peeve of mine, so I will try and continue to carry on a conversation just so we don't have to deal with any awkwardness. And I think that definitely helped in this assignment for sure. So that's something really nice that I learned about myself. And it actually gives me a little bit of confidence, knowing that I can carry a conversation, knowing that I have the confidence in myself to sort of be silly and vulnerable in these moments, you know? So that was something really, really interesting that I learned. And something that the interviewee did advise me on was having more confidence in the questions. These questions were a little funnier, so I didn't take them too seriously, but obviously in the line of work that we are all trying to get into, you have to take this seriously, and you need to be empathetic and you need to be understanding in situations like this. So maybe it was the questions, maybe it was me, I don't know, but having more confidence in the questions was definitely something that he had advised me on, and I definitely appreciate it. And I hope I didn't rant for too long. Thank you guys for listening.